Lorenzo.
Duku Duku.
Itara.
You've won this cup, as they've mentioned. You're coaching with Coach Joseph Riveiro. What was the experience like to have a mixture of, senior DDC players and also seeing somebody like Mfundu announcing himself to the public during that game?
Yeah, I think it's quite exciting and a great innovation as well. And now it becomes a bit of maybe a learning phase, especially for younger players having to learn from their seniors as well. Because now it's a bit of a mix, like you're saying. The senior players, some of the players that they maybe idolized as well, so they get to play with them as well, which makes it makes it even nicer. But again, it's an experience also for coaches, especially at the higher level, having to work with these young players, so that at least they are getting also a bit of intro of what is expected at the highest level. So it's a kind of a learning experience, especially for both.
Coach Duku, you work with youngsters, and this is one cup that gives youngsters an opportunity. We should think of one as cooler, becoming big name brands at the age of 20s, 19, 18s, and the evolution of our football going back to the younger ages, like when you yourselves, your gifted Remis and all of them played as teenagers playing for big teams.
Yeah, I'm happy that it has taken that turn again, because now because at the highest level it's about winning. So at some point now it means there were certain innovations that were put into place, like with DDC challenge, and now the Culling Black has also extended also the innovation as well, and which is something that also is very commendable as well, because now it's about making sure that we get a taste of what it looks like or what it feels like, especially the highest level. So I would like to believe that also their growth and their progression, it's something that we pride ourselves with, especially as coaches that are working with them, especially in the lower leagues or at the DDC challenge as well.
And this cup, of course, it's here. You won it with the coach Jose. Just paint the picture and give us the feeling of getting together, putting together players from different clubs, different age groups, and then having to win it with them.
Yeah, because I still remember vividly. So when we were in Polokwane, we were called in. So there were certain maybe replacement that we made whereby certain teams refused with their players. So, but again, a lot of younger players also were also introduced that side as well. Because again, if there is maybe a bit of maybe a stipulation, maybe or something that I can put into maybe the rules, maybe something that maybe they need to look at it maybe going forward, is to make sure maybe the DDC coaches to select maybe the best defender that we have, because now you find that it's more about majority, whereby a player that we haven't even seen maybe at DDC level maybe performing. Yes, it's more about popularity. So now, even last year, that was my question about it, because now if we are to give this platform again to the players that we feel that maybe they deserve this platform, or maybe they are closer to readiness, I think also it's something that I will also put in maybe as a bit of stipulation. But again, also the mixing also, it's quite an experience, because also it was an experience for me, because I've been worked at the highest level as well, so I got to see how certain things are done, especially the highest level. Because if you are to check what Coach Jose did, he came very prepared. He prepared for the matches, if he was preparing for a Pirates match as well, because he has played, if you are to check again, he had played against Stelis maybe 2 times, failed to beat Stelis, but went on to beat Stelis with an all-star team. So now it tells you that sometimes again, the winners maybe also still is maybe seeing that maybe there's 5 maybe DDC players, they took it, maybe it will be an easy ride, but only to find that also, of course, the younger ones, they bring a bit of hunger, because they see it as a platform to introduce themselves into a higher level of football as well. So which is something that also is breathtaking. Also getting to see them interact, Nabokune, interact Nabonyoso, so which is something that was very nice to watch, and how those senior players also engage with them and also try to make sure that they don't feel that much of a pressure, especially Abo Rama, Abo Kune, Nyoso, and other players like Abo. There's this one who's Kukuni Manje came from Mazulu, Litswalo was also there as well. So again, kudos to them how they make sure these youngsters, they don't feel overwhelmed, but they get excited to go into a field of play. And again, you've seen how Mfundo went into the field, how Jam went to the field and took the stage and make sure that maybe enjoys himself, because it's about them enjoying themselves and showcasing what they have, especially on their talent as well.
Coach, whenever they mention Cocomelon football, they often mention you. How much pride does it give you when you see that youngsters to which you've contributed go on and do as well on the bigger stage the way those two have?
It really appeals me, because I'm a product of development as well. Because I went through the ranks at the London Pirates all the way to graduate, which is something that also makes me proud when I see them graduating. Because the biggest takeaway is making sure that they do get into that level whereby they showcase their talent at the highest level of our football. And again, it came with also a bit of maybe some sort of showing off of them being called Cocomelons, because these are cartoons, so it means cartoons now are getting a center stage, which is something that is nice as well. And again, credit and kudos to the bravery of coaches, especially at that level, because the integration it has to be good, because you can also try by trying to make sure by trying to make them, you can also break them. So it's important that also they get into that level and still perform the way we know them. And if you are to check maybe how really was integrated, how Nkota now is being recently integrated, because now it tells you that the coach also knows what he's doing, because he doesn't only give them 15 minutes. That's why really he's being called Raitoma Raifeta, because he starts a match and he finishes on. So now it means now it teaches him a bit of responsibility, and a whole lot of responsibility is being trusted, and especially on the shoulder of a young kid also, which can also serve as a bit of maybe something that we need to be wary of, and making sure that we protect this talent, so that at least it doesn't attract maybe other bad things. He becomes consistent in what he's doing and knows what he's doing and why he's doing it. So which is something that we need also to give credit to the first team coach, and now you can see that other teams also, they've started also into believing that they can also introduce a whole lot of youngsters. And again, if you are to check how Stelis did their things now, because the very same players that are playing as Stelis at the younger age or being given a platform are the very same players that are going to be bought by the big team. So why not be brave enough to make sure that you give a platform to your younger players, so that at least you don't really have to go on the market big and buy players as well.
Coach, maybe last couple of years ago, in as much as DDC must be credited for giving younger players a chance, there's another dark footballing side of it, where you have got a lot of 20, 21, 22, 3-year-olds who are sort of stuck there. And they are not really good enough or ready to play first team football. What must happen with those players, given from a person like you who operates in that space?
Yeah, so again, if you are to check, maybe certain teams, they are also going young, especially at DDC level, whereby they're making sure that maybe the cut-off age maybe becomes maybe 22, so that at least by that time you would have known what you making it or not making it. So now again, these are players that I strongly believe that the platform should be maybe your second division, your first division, whereby also there's a lot of stipulation in terms of rules, whereby teams are being forced to use these players. So now, a lot of chairmen have been against it, that they want a promotion. They can't be playing kids, but again, what's the future without these kids as well? So again, it tells you about if stipulations are being put on certain things, it means they are forcing a hand to do certain things. Because again, if we are saying we are the custodians of football, it means we need to be really into it by making sure that we safeguard for the future of the kids as well. So this is where these players are falling into, especially at category whereby they can play your second division, they can play your first division, so that at least some are called late bloomers because they do come into play maybe later, and they do get maybe to play PSL maybe at later stages, because now our part are not the same. Some will break through very early, some late, some middle. So but as long as the part is being created, so it's really a trust issue that maybe football people should have, especially with the talent, especially because if you are in the space, it means you are responsible for the talent that's coming in and out as well.
Coach, just the last one, if I may ask. You were a child star yourself. I mean, Teenage Villa Western.
Yeah.
We know you sat like a you know, tormenting defenders on the wing and all of that. And you've always lived a clean life, and there were no bulletins about you, unless, and of course, the fun side of it, where your own car actually was the lead to. That's the funny story, of course. How do you then deal with these young boys that you've got a whole lot of them under your watch? Is your guidance including some of the lifestyle changes, looking at the pressure that they have? I mean, it's probably not easy having one as famous, probably more than yourself now, where when they go online, they've got 10,000 people on their lives, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. How do you deal with that?
It's a serious issue. It's a serious issue because now times have changed. Times have changed. In our days, there was no social media whereby your life get exposed instantly. So now again, also now it's about the teachings as well. And again, us being brought back means also it's a bit of a statement that they are trying to send to this kid that here you are being coached by somebody who has also maybe done it, so that at least maybe you can get to listen a bit better. Because now again, the issue here becomes, why are you doing it? Because at the end of the day, if you are playing football to be famous, then it's another issue. If you are playing football because you love football, it's another issue. If you are playing football to make sure, so everybody has got different reasons why they are doing it. So, but again, it's always important to remind them why they are doing it, and so that at least we can get into the crux of the matter and make sure that we still have a player that we talk about performance and the number of goals that he created, not other issues. But again, other issues, they become part of their life often times and the state of the years that we live in, and we can't run away from it. So, but again, it tells you that once you are a public figure, it comes with a certain responsibility whereby now it's no longer about you, it's about the people you're representing. So they get to know that they are representing a whole lot of people behind them who are supporters. And also, if you are to check the teams that they are representing, that is the team that was built from 1937. A whole lot of sweat, tears, blood in there. So it means if you get into the platform and not respect the platform that you're given, then it means you are surely maybe creating maybe a situation whereby also you'll be one of the so-called maybe could have, should have, so we don't want to talk those things right at the end, but it's about making sure that you represent the brand very well. Because at Paris, we always being told, which is a saying from the chairman, that you're just here to serve people. Just serve people and don't focus on yourself. Just serve people and give people their money's worth and their interest worth as well. Because once you've got a following, it means you are responsible. You need to be responsible as well.
Well, coach.
Thank you. She's coming to fetch you. Coming to rescue you.